Hello, neighbors, and welcome to the GCI and Broadway Alaska Educational Series. When GCI decided to sponsor the Broadway Alaska series, it was with the intent that we would have the unique opportunity to bring this experience to classrooms across Alaska in a way that no one else can. We want this to be a statewide opportunity, which is why we've partnered together with the wonderful Broadway crew and Alaska Center for the Performing Arts to show classrooms a sneak peek behind the shows, all through the power of Alaska's most advanced network.
We want Alaska's youth to have access to connect with the arts. GCI is working hard to close the digital divide with projects bringing fiber connectivity to many communities, including work right now in Western Alaska and along the Aleutian chain. This makes it easier for classrooms across our state to access educational tools like this.
We've invested in producing these educational resources so students can see the opportunities and perhaps even have a career in the arts one day. On behalf of us and all of your Alaska neighbors working hard at GCI, we hope you enjoy these resources and find them valuable.
Enjoy the show!
Hi everyone, my name is Cody Costello. I'm the President and Chief Operating Officer of Alaska Center for the Performing Arts and General Manager for Broadway Alaska. And today we're coming to you from the Sidney Lawrence Theater here in the Performing Arts Center. It's the theater where oftentimes when we have a Broadway show in the building, they will bring their cast members that are rehearsing a new part. And they'll rehearse on this stage, and then later in the week or in the run, they'll actually get a chance to go in that role in the larger theater. So we thought we'd show that to you today. And today we're gonna dive into the world of Beetlejuice the musical. It's a Broadway show where we explore the wonderfully strange and unusual. Today, we're going to dive into concepts and lessons that Beetlejuice teaches us, especially how the main character, Lydia, demonstrates acceptance of her uniqueness and her comfort in standing out. Her actions and personal style are a testament to embracing who you are, no matter how different you may feel or where you grew up. In fact, recognizing your uniqueness can lead you to incredible opportunities in friendships and your future. In this video, we'll explore a few lessons from the show that truly matter to us all. Individuality, the power of being yourself, and the connections we forge with our families, both real and found, and how this can help you define your future career, maybe even here at the Performing Arts Center. So let's get into it. Lessons can be drawn from the plot and characters of Beetlejuice that teach us that embracing your individuality is, in fact, a superpower. In the show, Lydia says, "I myself am strange and unusual." Our cast members in Beetlejuice have a deep understanding of the lessons that this play can teach us. And one actor in particular has a little extra superpower. He's from Alaska. Let's ask him what this lesson means to him.
Hi, my name is Corben Williams, and I am currently a part of the Broadway National Tour of Beetlejuice coming to you all in Anchorage here soon. I am from a town called North Pole, Alaska, and if you know, you know, which I know you all know. There's something about being an Alaskan, and believe it or not, there are quite a great many of us across the country, across the world, and I've run into so many people from Alaska on this tour. So like I said, I'm in Beetlejuice right now, and my role in an ensemble position is that I cover I do multiple tracks in the show. And I fill in the background with my other fellow ensemble members. So be that a goblin cheerleader, or be that a lawyer, be that a choir member, be that a dead footballer, a Beetlejuice clone, or a skeleton. I remember I was in an audition, and I don't necessarily know if this helped me book a role, but it made a lasting impression, because first impressions are lasting impressions. The director was like, "Hey, where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I'm from North Pole, Alaska," and the whole room stopped. Mind you, I'm in New York, and me being in the room kept me there longer than I needed to be, but they were just so enthralled and enchanted by the fact that, who's this black kid from Alaska? What are you doing all the way here, right? And so telling them about my journey and my schooling and how I got here and where I'm from and my military background, be it domestic, so in the state, or be it foreign outside in the lower 48 or Canada or wherever you go in the world, there is the majesty that is Alaska that I've come to appreciate as I've gotten older, that I kind of took for granted as a kid, is the very thing that people are chasing. It's that simplicity. It's that being in tune with nature. And so when I realized that was an extension of me and that is also a part of me, why wouldn't I do my best to be of service and value in providing and not only representing myself, but also representing Alaska as a whole? Because if I'm there first, and even if I'm the only Alaskan that they ever meet, to make that their lasting impression about us and being an Alaskan. And so please know this, if nothing else, the world is better for having you in it and bringing what you have to offer the world, your friends, your community. The world is better in it because there is that level of diversity of thought and opinion and culture and ethnicity and language. The world is better for you because you simply exist. So as you journey through life, be it the arts, be it at home in your community, be it abroad, just know that when you walk through this world with kindness and fairness and can bring your best self and bring your language and your culture and what you have to offer people, you will be genuinely surprised by how many people will remember that kindness and they will remember that authenticity, and that will then encourage them. And so to that I say, pay it forward. Pay that strange and unusual uniqueness forward, because you never know who that's going to touch.
That was a great perspective. Being from Alaska gives us unique experiences that make us incredibly interesting to others. Now, we're going to use this lesson in a discussion. As a class, or in small groups, or on your own, talk a bit about how growing up in your Alaska hometown or village makes you stand out. Use real-life examples and think of a time that you realize that Alaska life and culture is pretty different from what we see portrayed in movies or social media as compared to life in the lower 48. Take some time to talk about how this makes your lifestyle unique and even your superpower. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great discussion. Now that we've talked about how growing up in Alaska gives you experiences that are unusual to others and a superpower, let's hear about family and found family. Just as the characters in Beetlejuice navigate their shenanigans, we also face our own challenges in big and small communities, be it at school or in the workforce or behind the scenes in a Broadway show. Each lesson learned is a step toward embracing who we are. And walking through challenging times is always easier with people to support you. From family connections to the bonds we form at school and beyond, friends can help us feel supported and empowered as we move forward in life. Family may not always mean being related by blood. It can also be about the bonds we create with the people who accept us for who we are. Let's hear a little bit from the cast about family.
Hey, my name is Matt Kersnick, and I'm an actor on the Broadway National Tour of Beetlejuice, the musical. I'm so excited to share just a little bit about how I've gotten here and all the wonderful things I've learned, not just as a performer, but as a person too. All right, let's go. So I am originally from Detroit, Michigan, where I started performing in 8th grade in the musical Seussical. From there I joined my high school's theater program, and I ended up going to Western Michigan University, where I got my degree in musical theater performance and a little bit of a focus in directing as well. After college I moved to New York City, where I spent 10 full years auditioning and doing small regional shows all around the country. In 2022, I was cast in my first Broadway national tour of Tootsie, where I spent an entire year performing all around the United States. After that, I was cast in the first production of Beetlejuice on Norwegian Cruise Line, where I spent 8 months sailing all around Europe and the Caribbean. And in May of 2023, I was very lucky to be called in for the Broadway national tour of Beetlejuice, and here I am now. So I'm in the ensemble of the show, so I play many different characters throughout it. For example, the tap dancing pizza guy and the dead groom. I'm also one of the understudies for 3 principal characters. For example, the guru Otho, Adam Maitland, and the ghost of the most, Beetlejuice. Now, each character has their very own strange and unusual characteristics, but my favorite thing about playing them is that they all still have their goals and their dreams that drive them through the show, which gives them all that heart, and that's why the audiences love and they care so much for them. Okay, so my best advice would be to always be unapologetically you. Whether that's on stage, in school, or just hanging out with your friends, just be the best version of yourself and never be afraid of sharing the things that you care about and that you love to do. Now, I know it may be scary sometimes and some people won't care, but I promise you that you will always find the people that do. Okay, so I come from a family of automotive workers, so my job is very different than what my family is used to. But I was raised to embrace what makes us special and unique, and so we all just support each other and all of our crazy adventures throughout life. So this is one of my favorites. So every night after the show, I meet our fans at the stage door, and I've heard so many wonderful stories about how much the show means to them, which truly encourages me every day to just keep pursuing what I love and to make people happy. Okay, so this actually isn't from a cast member or a friend, but it's really from one of my favorite actors, Jim Carrey. You know, he said that you can fail at something that you don't want, so you might as well take a chance and do something that you love. And that's kind of my secret advice. Whatever you have an interest in, whether it's performing or baking or video games or math, sports, anything, just pursue it. Then study it, then master it, then share it with the world. All right, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit of something. Let me know if you have any questions and come out and see our show. Thank you.
Hello again. Let's think about connections. Whether they're biological or found, like in our quirky afterlife family in Beetlejuice. Think about this. What actions can others do that make you feel supported and empowered to be yourself? Maybe there was a time that someone said something to you that gave you courage to do a thing that you thought was impossible, like public speaking, or dancing in front of a crowd. Make a list of actions or situations that encourage you, your family, and your friends to be themselves, even the strange and unusual parts of who we are. Think about how you can embody those characteristics with your family members and friends. And after you're done, share your lists with the class. Great work, everyone. It's always eye-opening to think about what drives our courage to be ourselves, whether it's an action or a word from another person that resonates and motivates us, and how our own individuality can support and empower others too. Okay, in our final discussion, let's talk about pursuing a career in the performing arts, or any other job involving taking a risk. To be part of a play, you must audition. To be on a team, you have to try out. To get a job, you will sometimes need to interview. Sometimes you don't get selected. While this can be disappointing, digging deep and putting yourself out there is an opportunity to grow and learn.
Hi, I'm Lexi Dorsett-Sharp. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama. I went to college in Cincinnati at the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music, and then I moved to New York, and I live in New York City. I'm a musical theater performer, and I'm also a voice teacher. I found my way into musical theater via music. My mother is a music teacher. I grew up playing the violin and taking voice lessons. And so really my way into theater and to make a career path out of it was through music. I am a swing in Beetlejuice, which means that I cover 5 different tracks. I cover Delia, Barbara, Miss Argentina, Maxine, and Juno. So I'm here to fill in when people are ill or have vacation or personal days. I come to the theater every night and I'm here for emergencies as well. So it's my job to be ready for all 5 of those tracks at any given point. That's my job as part of this team. All of my characters are really fun to play for different reasons. Delia's really fun because it's the most like how I usually am cast. She's quirky, she's funny, but doesn't always know it, which is great. Barbara's fun because it's very different than who I am as a person. Maxine is great because it's just a big role that gets a bunch of laughs. Juno is a blast as well because I get to deal with smoke and different elements that are really fun and a lot of great makeup for that one. And this Miss Argentina is really fun to play because it's something that people know from the movie. I'm going to read you one of my favorite quotes. by one of my favorite comedians ever, Lucille Ball. She says, "Love yourself first and everything else falls into line." You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. And I think celebrating your own uniqueness is really a journey about loving yourself and accepting yourself for exactly who you are, and then taking that a step further and finding people and a community that celebrate your uniqueness and who you are. I'm going to tell you about a time that me being my authentic self actually got me the part and is the reason that I got the part. So before this tour, I toured in 2018 and 2019 with School of Rock the Musical. When I first went in, I was going in for a featured ensemble part, Miss Shinekoff. And then on the way out, they were like, "Oh, Lexi, by the way, can you also try to learn this? We're looking at you for a cover for Rosalie." So I learned that, I came back in, and because I thought it was for the cover, I didn't try to emulate anyone who had done it on Broadway before. I really made it my own. And come to find out that me having the freedom to make it what I wanted to make it and to look at the page and interpret all of the material and through my own lens is the thing that got me the role. And I ended up touring as Rosalie, the leading lady, for 2 years on School of Rock the Musical. So it's always a really good lesson. And instead of trying to be what you think they want or trying to emulate or act like the person who's done it before, it really is what makes you you, and what makes you unique as an artist is interpreting the page and interpreting the text through your own lens.
It really is a good reminder that not getting selected for the big role or a team or even for a job doesn't mean you should be discouraged. It is the beginning of a new opportunity, and being yourself and trying again and again can help you succeed. Think about a time when you tried out for something, maybe a play, a sports team, or a musical instrument, and you didn't succeed. Or think about any time you didn't get something that you worked really hard for and that you really wanted. How did that make you feel at the moment? Now consider how your unique traits and qualities played a role in an experience where you were successful. Individuality is not just what sets us apart, but it can also be a key to our success. If failure leads to growth, we can use setbacks to shine brighter. Reflect on a time that you had the courage to try again. What lesson did you take away from that experience? Sharing your thoughts and experiences can inspire others to recognize and celebrate their own uniqueness on the path to success. So thank you all for exploring Beetlejuice with us. We hope these discussions were an enlightening journey today. Embrace who you are, for your individuality is not just special, it's your superpower. And remember, whether you're hanging out in the classroom or on Broadway, being ourselves is always worth the effort. Celebrate your quirks and every bit of what makes you unusual. See you next time.